This is the non-farm payroll week commencing 29th of January. Monday was actually really good. Really smooth, easy trading day. As you would expect, obviously on a NFP week, okay? We did actually take advantage of um, one of such opportunity. The good thing is the move kept running even in New York, so we were able to just come in and just take advantage of that. But I wanna take your attention to the London part of the NFP because London's a really good trading day. I'm gonna actually add this in my trading routine now to trade London in NFP. Normally I don't do that, but yeah, if we trade and hit our target, we don't even need to do anything new then. But the logic was essentially you're looking for a draw on a previous daily low slash a fair value gap here. You had a shift here after the mean threshold of the NVOG, and this was your entry at the inversion slash the low of the NVOG. Stop loss covering this part of the price and just let it run, and that was a low resistance run. We missed that, but in NY we managed to capture this move from here. So mean threshold of the 1 hour fair value gap, sold short, boom, 80% partial, let it run. Does it hit the low? No, it doesn't. Time stop, most likely low of the day already made. Happy to take profits, boom. So that's yeah, that's yesterday. Now I wanted to just cover the week. It's commentary, but to be honest with you, it's still uncertain. We're still in technically, Jan's obviously, well, technically still in Jan, but it's almost ended now. So hopefully we should now see it loosen up a little bit. Should be a little bit more easier with our runs. They should actually run instead of just hanging around in one place. As you can see, I mean, just look at this, right? So January starts where here, right? Oh well, first Jan is here. We'll just ignore that. That's first day. But yeah, you do have a good move here because that's the day after trading day. So all that volume is gonna be, waiting, and they're gonna give something to for the volume to chase into, and that's what they did. But just look at this. Look at all of this here. Compare this to this here. December holiday season, but still better than this. And then you want to complain that, oh, you had a bad month, bro. You did bloody amazing. Let me tell you that. Risk management was on point. We didn't go in. We didn't push our luck. We knew it was not a high probability condition. Now, sure, if it is high probability, I don't mind going in again. Okay, absolutely don't. I can recoup that easily. But I need a low resistance run. I need it to unfold in time. Now, even this worked actually. Some of these days, like when it's not in New York, let's say it's not doing anything in New York. It does do that the following session, which is Asian session, or most likely, if not Asian, then London, 100% it's doing that. Okay. So yes, this is something experience has taught you. Otherwise, you would be scratching your head why you had a bad month. Not realizing that even the best had the well, not the best experience in this month. Let's put it that way. Hard time frame wise, coming back to that, what are we looking at now? So, well, we were primarily risk on, dollar lower, everything else higher. However, there's indecision here. Again, it's one of those commentaries where I'm actually not going to be strongly one-sided. Now, because NFP is coming this week, by the end of this week, we should have a really good idea what's gonna happen. Because NFP is typically, because it's a big news driver, it's gonna contribute towards a higher time frame direction. So it's gonna take it to where the higher time frame sponsorship is bullish or bearish, risk on or risk off. Gun to head, that's all I can say. Again, I wouldn't quote me on it. That's why I'm not really heavily gonna trade it this week unless it's a good opportunity and I can just scalp it and just take and be content. Do that before Wednesday and I'm okay. After that, sort of tape read it. Now you have equal highs here, okay? My understanding was you still have the order block here. Just go daily, sorry, yeah. Yeah, you watch out for this order block. Already priced into almost what looks like the mean threshold of that. Yeah, nearly. because what I'm thinking is if it's gonna go up here, the NFP is most likely gonna wanna bring it lower into this new day opening gap slash the small fair value gap. We see them in as one entity, like I said, if they're right next to each other, like this one. That will be the focus for the NFP should we continue to be in premium before. Okay, what's before? Before all the way leading up to Wednesday's price action, Wednesday New York's price action. Okay, if you stay in premium, otherwise if we keep attacking, let's say these two equal lows now that we've engineered deliberately there, you know, if you take these equal lows out, sorry, equal highs out, then yes, expect it to go lower. This long wick, note the halfway point of that as well. So the mean threshold of that wick here. And yeah, this is your weekly low for the previous week. So you got liquidity and you got inefficiency. So that does look like a good area to go for price, but it's only a gun to head scenario. We could really easily not do anything, you know, nothing major. And then come Friday, we might explode to the upside and just end up hitting the equal highs in this SIBI. But if it doesn't do that and the gun to head scenario does play out that I'm thinking might play out, then this will be your bag, breakaway gap. Then you'll expect this and maybe eventually this. So again, gun to head scenario. I'm not confident. I'm still saying it can go either way. Okay, because you have to consider January has not really done much. Okay, it's not, you know, made massive strides. It's just look at this, like the indecision. Look at the how long the wicks are. Look at the bodies. They're in the middle. The wicks are like on the highs and lows. So that's the reason. Now again, if you just take that gun to head scenario I've just highlighted here, that would be equivalent of it staying in discount. And what better way to do it than go lower? Take out the low of the day slash the remaining small portion of the fair value gap, and then reverse to go up to take this out, work its way into this previous weekly high, this one, and eventually get to the SIBI. But again, if it doesn't, and it just absolutely just, you know, decides the dollar wants to just take off, you know, then yes, it can easily go down here. You have this to keep an eye on as well. So this is what can happen. Again, I am not certain. This is probably one of those outlooks I've done in a while where I'm not really that sure. January, I still remember I had a few outlooks that were just completely opposite to what happened, and I was okay with it. You know, I wasn't really. It wasn't my goal to be correct on them either because you know I was still learning. That's why we do these things, so we can look back and see what we could improve on next time. Because there's a lot of things, there's a lot of factors that are hidden. Seasonality is a big one. You know, seasonality takes precedence over a lot of things. You know. Now, if you just look at the pound, and again, it's always a mirror image, so you can also see why I don't. You definitely don't want to be trading pound. In January, you do not want to touch that. Like even normally, it can be rough sometimes. But just imagine this, like back and forth, back and forth, back. And as it goes in the future, look how there's range contraction. Sorry, let me just remove that. Look how it's contracting. So you have the low of the range, you have the high of the range, and just around midpoint, it's just meandering around. Look at this. All of them are just touching the mean threshold and just going back into the range. Premium overall. Now, of course, if you just go with this scenario, then if it's a risk on, then expect this to explode. Take this previous weekly high, this one, this one, this one, eventually go here. Otherwise, it can just even stay consolidating, not do much. You know, first week of Feb, But again, because we got NFP, we should see something big that will take us outside of the range and cause a shift in market structure on a weekly slash daily time frame. So it will create like a, yeah, market structure shift. So like on a lower time frame, when for example there's a daily low and then there's a, I don't know, there's a premium fair value gap, but you're confused which one it's gonna go for. You don't know, so you wait for a what, for a market structure shift, so for a displacement to happen, right? Well, that NFP is a displacement on a higher time frame. That's gonna tell you which side it's gonna favor. It's basically tipping its hand to you, saying that, this is where I'm going to price to. This inefficiency or this liquidity is what I am going to price to next. So a lot of what wait and see. Any trades you take intraday, scalp 80%. Don't even try doing 50% just yet. Um, your risk wise, just play with the absolute lowest you can do at the moment. 0.20 is my lowest. Play with that. Okay. No harm can be done. Worst case, you have a couple of losing trades, it's managed drawdown. Nothing bad's gonna happen. That can be easily worked outside of when the good time comes, and I can increase risk then, okay? What you don't want to do is you want to risk your bigger leverage, not take enough partial, and just end up with a really deep drawdown and just messed up psychologically come easy price action, which will, inshallah, be like next week, definitely, because you got February now in full swing by the end of this week. So again, even intraday wise, because I know I'm only doing Tuesday, Wednesday. Now Tuesday, we might see something. I'm not too sure just yet. But Wednesday, I'm not saying we won't see something. Yes, we definitely can have big moves, but don't expect them to be really clean because you got, I think, Fed interest rate decision coming out, and that's a volatile one. You need to, because we need to know what the interest rate is. The interest rate differential is the key part that will determine the risk off or the risk on, to a great degree as well. So all these big events are in this week for a reason. They're going to show you the displacement on higher time frames, so keep an eye out. It's better if you just don't trade them and just wait for them to come out, because after them it's just so easier, because it's gonna show you which direction it's gonna go in. So this is FX. Indice wise as well, I would just say just wait. Literally just wait for news and just be clear. And yeah, we'll just come back and reconcile at the end of the week.